Hi everybody, time for the digital marketing news this week. I actually got some pretty interesting stuff this week. This should be worth your time, about 5 or 10 stories, something like that. First thing is there's a new ad fraud prevention company called CHEQ, who is coming into the PPC market. And essentially what they're doing is they're trying to prevent click fraud. So when bots or bad competitors click on your ads and try to get you to have a cost without a actual click to your website or actual conversion, a real one, they're coming in and trying to help mitigate your risk there and basically block anybody who is somebody who is taking advantage of that. So it works with Facebook, Google, Twitter, LinkedIn, Snapchat, and Quora. I actually haven't tried it yet, but it was just an announcement of something that came into the market this week. There's a couple other companies out there who do it as well. Next thing, Ccpa enforcement is here. So if you don't know what that means, it's California Consumer Privacy Act, okay? I am not a lawyer, although I did work in a law firm as a legal file clerk for 3 summers. I didn't really like it that much. But so anyways, I don't know anything about legal, but here's what you need to know, okay? If you earn more than $25 million in annual revenue, this applies to you. If you hold personal info of more than 50,000 consumers, households, or devices, then this applies to you. If you earn more than half of your annual revenue from selling personal info, then this applies to you. So if this is the case, then you need to go ahead and check out what you need to do there. It's pretty easy. You just need to update a couple things in your privacy policy, make it clear, and then you need to have a notification every single time somebody comes to your website about allowing them to opt in to data. So important, and there's a couple great tools out there that allow you to create these pop-ups really easy, so go ahead and check that out. Next thing, Google Images creates new traffic opportunities. So there's a new feature that shows quick facts about content in photos, such as relevant information about people or places or things. It pulls the details from the knowledge graph and it displays it just below each photo. In some cases, they link to the site. In other cases, they actually just link to the knowledge graph element. It's just a new Google feature. Take a look at it. If you want to find out more, you can check out the blog post on our website that has the images. Next thing, TikTok self-serve ads are now available globally. Go to TikTok now. You can log into their ad platform. You can start using their advertisements. I tried it the other day. Super intuitive, super easy. I would highly recommend you do not do it unless you've got some really, really great creative that works with that platform. Something fun, something exciting. It's got a call to action at the end. It's very compelling, speaks directly to the user, and then gets them into a funnel where you've got a customized landing page just for TikTok. Otherwise, it's just going to be money spent on branding, which there's nothing wrong with. Just got to know what value you're looking to get out of it. Also, a lot of stuff going around TikTok, kind of a sidetrack, but Trump was talking about pulling them out of the U.S. They're looking at trying to reset the company structure so that it's actually set up in a different country, and they were blocked in Japan. So TikTok is, what a battleground. These big companies, could you imagine being one of the CEOs there with just so much turmoil on such a consistent basis? Sounds like a lot. Happy I don't have to deal with that. Next thing. Instagram tests replacing activity tab with the shopping tab. Instagram has a tab, it's the activity tab. They're replacing that entire tab, or they're testing replacing that entire tab with a shopping tab. And the shopping tab is going to just, basically you can just buy stuff, right? So Instagram has been pivoting super hard towards e-com, and they're doing a pretty good job. Actually, very important move for them because traditional service-based businesses, multi-location businesses, those type of things, they're down about 12% year over year for their growth, post-COVID, obviously. And then e-com businesses, and in general, e-commerce, like as a category, is up 18% year over year, right? That's the latest data from eMarketer, which I was evaluating yesterday. Other interesting stuff you might care about there. So mobile usage is way, way up. It's up 45% since the pandemic. And then in general, TV budgets are cut significantly. TV budgets are cut. They're down just a huge amount. They're projecting like a 45% drop, I think, in pre-sale TV budgeting going into next year. And then they're predicting this year for digital to just grow a little bit. And then they're also predicting like 2021 for digital to just hockey stick, right? And crazy enough, I actually predicted all of this stuff, and I'm not trying to be like that guy, I know everything, I guess I am right here, but in my book, The Forecaster Method, that this was going to happen because I think a lot of us knew it was going to happen. It wasn't just me. Next thing, Google has decommissioned their structured data testing tool, so that's gone now. They have replaced it with something called their rich results tool. So this shows you which search features are valid for the markup you're using. It handles dynamically loaded structured data better. It shows both mobile and desktop versions of the markup, and it aligns with the Google Search Console reports, some of the newer ones that have come out. Check out the video I've done on Core Web Vitals, and it being one, and then another video on 3 big new things you need to focus on for SEO if you want to learn a little bit more about those reports, some of those newer reports. Next thing, Google says that spam reports do not generate manual actions. So if you go in and say, hey, my competitor is doing shady stuff, they don't automatically give a manual action for that. Google's got a really big manual review team. They basically go review like all the top search queries in a category, and then they ding people who aren't following the rules. And then next, Google says that SEOs are getting more work during the pandemic. So that's pretty interesting. You know, we've been doing fine, after that initial shock and everything. And so I would definitely say a lot of people are looking at SEO. There's actually a study that came out by Conductor, and Conductor said that a lot of people were reducing budgets in other areas and putting into SEO because of a bigger return. Now, what I will say is that I'm seeing kind of like all marketing coming back right now. So, people, they're restarting, they need to get the word out there, getting customers, rebuild pipelines and stuff like that. And then next, Google Search Console, which is this reporting platform for Google, is now allowing you to add regex filters. A regex filter is just a way that you can basically put like include, disclude, and then you can have some different rules around it. So if I wanted to look at just like a segment of URLs or a segment of keywords or a language segment or something like that, I can put in some little rules and I can see just that segment of a website or whatever data, right? So that's gonna be really helpful. The SEO geeks out there, like myself, will love that one. And then next, YouTube adds more ads for shorter videos. So more ads coming to YouTube. YouTube is updating its ad policy to allow mid-roll ads in videos that are at least 8 minutes in length. So you'll have mid-roll ads now in really short YouTube videos. That's a bummer. I don't want to be watching Saturday Night Live, at night and get an ad in my 4-minute video, but now I'm going to, and so are you. That's kind of a bummer, but I guess, hey, good for the advertisers, maybe? I'm not sure. That's it. The only other thing I had, so there was this Google update. It was called the BERT update. It went out in November. And it impacted a lot of websites, and I saw like certain sites go down quite a bit. What I saw in the last, about 3 weeks ago, there was another update that went out, and while it didn't reverse anything with BERT, because BERT was kind of around SEO and intent, this one made it so that any sites that were hit by that seemed to get kind of reevaluated and start coming back. So my main point is the recent Google update had a pretty decent impact. Please leave me a comment. I want to hear how you're doing. I love chatting with you online. It's super fun for me, and I like meeting people. So leave a comment below and like, comment, subscribe. I hope that you're doing well in all this crazy COVID stuff. We're going to get through it, one day at a time, everybody. Have a great day. Talk to you later.